Hello, it's Grammy and Tony again. I got a call this morning from a first cousin who lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was nice to hear from her and know that she's all right. And uh, she was just letting me know that her aunt that I knew had died. So that it was kind of sad. But she was 87 years old and lived a pretty long life. And we just chit-chatted a little bit. We don't see each other hardly ever anymore, but it was nice to hear her voice because we're the last two of our family. She is the daughter of my dad's brother, his younger brother. So we're the last two. And it was good to hear from her, but also a little sad. But we reminisced about some funny things. And one thing we were reminiscing about is she told me that her mother used to wear those little candy shoes. I don't know if y'all remember those. I think they were from the late 70s or 80s candies. That she used to get out in the yard with her sons and play ball with them with those little candy shoes on. And I was telling her I can remember Mama, when she worked at Mountain View High School, she wore like little hush puppy shoes, with a little heel on them at work. But when there were functions, because my mother was always busy with everything with the school, the Beta Club and proms and whatever. She just stayed at 4-H clubs, everything. But when she would get dressed for functions, nice functions, she wore these real pointy little high heel shoes. I mean, they were pointy, and the little pencil heels on them. Now, my mother was about 5'2", I think, and my dad was real tall, so she was very petite, and a lot of times he would be with her for some of those functions, and she'd wear those pencil high heel shoes with her pretty little outfits. She was a very beautiful woman. But we were laughing about those shoes and how neither one of us could wear anything like that, even back when we were younger. I mean, my foot would have been so cramped, and I don't know how women ever wore those real high heels and pointy points on the end of them. So that was something funny we were remembering. And she asked me if I had ever raised chickens. And I told her no and don't want to. Oh, and we talked a little bit about our grandmother and grandpa. Papa's what we called him. And the garden he used to grow, and it was wonderful. Oh, he grew such a good garden. And my grandmother, she canned and froze all the vegetables and stuff. I mean, they were definitely country people. And we just reminisced about, there's a place here where the motorcycles ride that's real curvy. And they have named it the Dragon. Some of you may know about the Dragon. But I grew up down right in that area where the Dragon is. That's where I grew up. My dad worked at Chioa Powerhouse. And the little community was called Topoka. And we were laughing about everybody calling it the Dragon now. When we were young, it was just the road to Tennessee. And my mom and dad went to Maryville, Tennessee to do grocery shopping about once a month. We had a couple of little country stores around Topoka. And if we needed something in between, that's where we went to get it. But they did their grocery shopping in Maryville. and they also did their banking in Maryville. So, and then that's where my cousin and her dad and mom lived as she got older. But when she was younger, she grew up at Calderwood, and there's a dam there. And her dad was a maintenance man at Calderwood Dam. And when she was young, they grew up in that little community. And they were way out from everybody too. But as she got a little older, my aunt and uncle moved to Maryville, Tennessee, and that's where she lived most of her life until she married. So the Dragon for us is just the road we used to have to go back and forth to see each other, for us to go to Maryville, for them to come see Grammy and Papal, because Grammy and Papal lived here where I live. But we reminisced, and it was nice talking to her. And she's kind of going through a phase right now where, she wants to find some things to do, to be active. Her husband's still working. God only knows why, but he's still working. So she's trying to find things that she can do and stay occupied. And I told her she should be able to do that living close to Chattanooga like she does. And me out here in this remote area, unless you've experienced it, it's hard for people to understand. There's nothing out here. I mean, I've told you about us going grocery shopping. It's about 45-minute drive to go grocery shopping. Now, we have a grocery store here in Robbinsville, and that's about 15, 20 minutes to go into town. But I've not been comfortable enough to do my grocery shopping there in years. I don't like going to our local grocery store. I do go to the dollar store, the Family Dollar store, to pick up things in between our trips to go to the grocery store in Murphy. So after I've been out and about and lived different places and all that, and I've said this to y'all before, it's been really hard for me to adjust back to this remote area. Now, when my children were young, that kept me busy with their activities and things that they were doing, sports they were playing, or proms, or going. We did have a skating rink here in Robbinsville for a short period of time, and my girls were of that age, so they went to the skating rink a lot. And I tried starting a Girl Scout club, but didn't have much success with that. Anyway, I don't know. I just talking a little bit this morning, letting y'all know what I'm doing, which is just sitting here at home all the time. When I do get out, like I have told y'all, I do go to the casino over in Murphy once in a while, and it's been a while now, about a year since I've been to Cherokee, which was where the old man is today. He took our tax material to Cherokee to file our taxes, and so I'm here at home. And I've told y'all we've been watching the series The Mad Men. Well, we've got 2 episodes done to watch, and we'll be done. And I'm to the point where I want it to be done. I'm anxious to get to the last episode and find out what happens and be done with that and move on to something else. The weather's pretty today. It's I don't know what the temperature is, but it's not cold and it's not hot. It's comfortable, and the sun shines out. I guess I should be outside piddling around, but I got up early enough to have breakfast and feed the cats and wash my dishes, and then my husband was getting ready to go on to Cherokee to file our taxes, because as I've told y'all, he is a Cherokee, and so we have to file our taxes at Cherokee, or we do file our taxes at Cherokee because they offer services for the tribe members. So I'm just here at home and can't watch those last 2 episodes because the old man's been watching them too, so I don't want to jump the gun. We'll probably finish them up tonight, and he's going to bring home some, I believe, Bojangles chicken, and so we'll have fried chicken for supper and watch the last 2 episodes of Mad Men. I have been keeping up with the news and what's going on Midas Touch and Tennessee Brando and Texas Paul and Luke Beasley. So I know what's going on, and seems like we're making a little bit of a turn here. I'm some hopeful, but we just have to hang in there. And the cats are fine. Twiggy, he still takes spells where he just gets into trouble. Jumping up on my hutch or jumping up on top of my closet in my bedroom or my dresser where I have all my colognes and hairbrushes and, all that kind of jewelry and stuff, and I have to chase him off of there. And everybody's growing, and they're outside today because it's a pretty day, and I'm glad. Him and Frank, they all 3 get along really good. I'm so glad of it. But every now and then, being that Frank and Twiggy are both males, they have their little fights, I guess, and I have to get on to them about that. And Frank's got a few little scabs around his neck, and Twiggy's got a little scratch on his nose and mouth, so they get rough sometimes. But normally they get along okay. They just every now and then they get into a little fighting match. So that's about all for today. I love y'all. Wish you were here so we could I could show you around, or we could sit and talk, and just wanted to check in, and I love y'all, and try to have as best of a day as you can. Grammy Antonia. Bye.